So hi there. I was thinking the other day about the question, why do we eat and drink? Because I think a lot of people struggle, obviously, with this area, and we get ourselves into all sorts of stresses and messes, and take action on following diets and lotions and potions and pills and powders because of the fundamental question: why do we eat and drink, and what can we do to help us to eat and drink more appropriately? And I think there's three main reasons why we eat and drink. One, we eat and drink for nutrition, and that's important. The reality is we need to have nutrients coming into our body to be able to fuel it, to be able to provide what it needs to be able to thrive. And that is one of the reasons why we eat and drink, an important one. Second, I think we eat and drink for pleasure. And I think as human beings, this is really important. If we didn't actually enjoy food and drink, the social, emotional experience that we can have with dining, with eating in restaurants, at home, having dinner parties, going on holiday and enjoying the experience of eating and drinking whilst enjoying the sun and the relaxation that brings, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. We are human beings and we take great pleasure from food and drink. And so we should, because we're about living life. We are here on this planet to not just fuel ourselves to do work and therefore eat for nutrition to be able to function optimally, but also on this planet to have fun, to enjoy people's company, and to take great pleasure through our life. The third reason I think we eat and drink is for comfort. And at times when we've had a bad day, when we've experienced the stresses of life, because that's what life is about. Life does come with its ups and downs, and therefore we sometimes eat for comfort, and we can eat um, all sorts of foods for comfort, but that I think is what gets out of hand. And I think because that can sometimes get out of hand because of the volume of opportunity to eat for comfort and the range of different foods that provide us that comfort today, that part gets abused. But then we actually hit back and we go jump to the opposite side, which is nutrition, which is therefore we're going to now eat to be able to purely have what we need, not what we want, in terms of a diet. And we kind of ping pong between eating for the bare essentials of nutrition to be able to make sure that we can be healthy, and of course eating for comfort. And we've got to remember that when we actually get balance here, that we actually eat appropriately for nutrition to be able to provide our bodies and minds what it needs to be able to thrive. That is an important one third of the equation. And when we think about the second third, which is we also want to have great pleasure from eating and drinking, and to be able to allow that into our ultimate equation, and of course at times for comfort, and to recognize that's what we're going to be careful of, but it exists, we shouldn't deny it, that we can actually get great balance here. So we can stop ping ponging between being really good and really awful, that we can actually try and be more regularly sufficiently good to gain the pleasure that a food and drink provides, whilst making sure we get the nutrients in that our bodies require, and not needing so much to eat and drink for comfort because we're quite comfortable in the way that we're eating and drinking as a consequence. There's my thoughts for the day, and I would like to explore that further with you in some future videos, which is really a message. There's a goal here. We want to be able to, for most people, lose weight and find a really great way to be able to get great results, and as quickly as possible is the reality, but at the same time set ourselves up for a lifetime of pleasure and nutrition without the need so much for the comfort that I know so many people have from food and drink. Look forward to the next video with you. Hope this has made some sense.